Hello everyone. The objective of yoga is to realize the self with a capital S. The self with a capital S in yoga philosophy is a sparkle of the universal source. So in yoga philosophy we say that we carry a mini version of the universe inside our hearts. And if you think about that, it gives you a great sense of self-reliance, because if you have got a mini universe inside of your heart, then it means you have everything that you need already inside of you. So in yoga practice, in this practice I'm suggesting here, all the time I'm trying to show you practice that will lead you into that realization of this space of the heart. Because once you've realized that, then you have this infinite well of self-support and self-reliance. And of course you can rely on others, and we should be helping each other out always. But the fact that you can rely on yourself, it gives you a very deeply peaceful state. And this is the state of the self at the heart. So I'm hoping this is what you're going to get from the practice today. I'm going to show you another standing sequence for practice of postures, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's start. So standing nice and tall, feet a little wider than your hips. You don't have to have a mat, you can be on the floor in your living room, you don't have to have a mat. And we're going to just move the spine a little to start with. So deep breath in, lift the arms overhead. Breathe out, hands to your heart. Namaste, welcome. Interlace the fingers here. Push the palms up to the ceiling. If that's too strong, just turn your hands towards your head or lower the hands to your head. Otherwise, push the palms up. Just to warm up the spine a little, we're going to use Bhastrika Pranayama, the bellows breath. So we do sharp breaths in and out through the nostrils. So you go, breathe out, breathe in to the other side. Breathe out one side, breathe in. Can you keep that going? Maybe a little faster. If you feel dizzy, stop, and then stop in the center. Move side to side, so lower the arms down, breathe in. Lift the left arm up and move to your right side, breathe out, and then breathe in, move to your left. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, out, in, out, in. One more, out, in. And then stop in the center. Hands to the waist so you can move forward and backwards. Bend the knees a little because we're just starting, so you don't strain your back. So breathe in, breathe out. Move the body forward, breathe out through the nostrils. Sharp breath, breathe in, come up. Lift the chest up to the ceiling as you lift your body up. Breathe out, breathe in. A little faster. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. See if you can stretch the knees a little more. Breathe out, breathe in. One more time. Breathe out, breathe in. Stop here in the center. Nice. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms to the back of your head, or just place the palms to the back of your head. Breathe in, we're going to lift the chest, open the elbows out. Breathe out, take your elbows down, chin to the chest, so you can move the head and neck. Breathe in, lift the chin up, opening, breathe out, down. One more time, breathe in, lift and open. Feel the openness of your chest, more space to breathe. Breathe out, down. Right. Stop in the center, take your arms out, push the palms away, and then fingertips down. Rotate into your wrists, one way, another way. Stop, bend the elbows, hands to shoulders, breathe out, breathe in and stretch, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Nice. Hands to your waist. Brilliant. To move the hips today, I'm going to ask you to turn, or I'm going to turn so I have the wall here, but find a way that you have a little bit of support. So you've got the chair or your wardrobe or a wall, so you can move the hips. So I'm going to say to you, let's imagine I'm mirroring you, okay? So I've got my right hand on the wall, and I'm going to just move my left leg back and forth. You can start this slowly just to get in touch with the hip and how it feels first, and then see if you can do a little bit more, and you start to trust your hip a little bit more. Send the leg back a little, send the leg forward and up. See how that feels. Next time you lift and bend the knee. Take that left leg out to the side, down, lift, inhale, out and down, exhale. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Change direction, so you come from side forward, breathe in lower, breathe in lift, breathe out lower, and then one more time, breathe in lift, breathe out lower. Brilliant. When you stop here, take your hand to the knee. You can carry on holding onto the wall, or take both hands to your knee, flex that left foot, be nice and strong through your spine, nice and long through your spine. Then take the hand back to the chair or to the wall, hold that foot with your hand, bring the knee back, so you can stretch the front of that thigh. Nice. So keep the knees aligned, don't take the knee too far out, so keep those knees quite close so you feel that stretch, and then relax the foot down. We're going to change, so move the other way. So if I was mirroring you, I would have the left hand on the wall, right hand to the waist, then start to move that right leg back and forth, trust a little more, soften that hip a little more, lift the leg up a bit more, back a little bit more. When he lifts this time, lift and hold, take the leg out, back and down, breathe in, lift, rotate, breathe out, down. One more time, breathe in, brilliant, and then change, breathe in, lift, forward and down, breathe in to the side, forward and down, one more time, down. Stop there, take your knee up, hold the hand to the knee, or both hands to the knee, find a focal point to look at so you feel you're in a nice balance. You can flex that foot. Keep the breath full. Then hand to the wall, take your foot into your hand. If you can't quite get hold of the foot, hold your trousers, that works as well. And then bring the knee back so you can push the foot into your hand. Stretching the front of the thigh. Keeping the knees close together. And then release, bring the foot down, back to center. Nice, I feel warm already. So now just to warm up the feet a little more, just take the weight to your heels, lift the toes. You can take your hands to your waist, and then lift the heels, press on your toes. And then do the same again, lift the toes, press on your heels, and then push the weight to the toes, lift the heels. One more time, lift the toes, and then lift the heels. Lift the toes, and then lift the heels. And then place the heels down. Stop there. Brilliant. So I hope you feel a bit warmer through your joints. We're going to move into our first pose. So we're going to come into a standing position with the feet parallel to each other, hip width apart. We're going to go into pyramid pose. So I'm going to teach you in stages. Do feel that you're free to stop when you feel you've got to a comfortable position. You should never have pain in yoga. You should just feel you're stretching without any pain. So from here we're going to step up with the right foot. Bend that front knee. We're going to do a sequence that we've already done in Warrior One, but maybe go a little further with it. So hopefully you will feel prepared for that. That right knee is bent. You can stay in this stance. If you feel it's too strong, you can go narrower. If you feel your legs are really strong and your hips are happy, then you can really be wide. But be in a position where you feel safe and comfortable. So for me, it feels comfortable here. Hands at the heart. Belly's in. Breathe in, lift the arms up. We're going to go into Warrior One. Virabhadasana 1. Breathing out in the center. And then start to lift the chest up. See if you can take your chin up as well. Looking up towards the ceiling. Nice. And then when you breathe out, take your head forward. Arms are going to come down the side. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Push the hands down. Breathing in. Breathe out, come down halfway. So feel the chest opening here. The shoulders are well away from the ears. Stop here with your face, chest, torso parallel to the ground. If you feel you can go a little further, you've already got that stretch to the back of your left leg, which is nice. If you want to go a little further, you can slide the hands down along that right leg. You can stay there with the hands on the leg, or take your hands on the floor, right hand beside the right foot, left hand onto the other side. Align with your shoulders. And then once you've done that, see if you can start to stretch that front leg as well, so that that right knee is starting to stretch. And you can start to look towards your knee and bring your face maybe towards your shin. Stay here. A couple of breaths. You can come out anytime. Each breath out, you release a bit more tension. Deep stretch of both backs of your legs, sides of your torso. Really nice stretch. When you're ready to come up, bend that right knee, push on your feet, start to lift the arms out to the side, lifting this earth energy up towards the sky to be purified. We need that at the moment. Palms touch above the head. And then we're going to lower that left arm down. You can let that hand really dangle there beside the body. Right arm over to the left side, so you can find your side bend with a deep stretch through the right side of your torso, looking ahead. When you're ready to come back, breathe in and center. Breathe out, lower the arm down, and just step forward with that left foot. Nice. I hope that felt okay. For me, when I stand here, I feel my right side more energized, my left side needing a little bit more energy. So you start to notice these differences. So let's move to the other side. So step back with the right foot. Have your left foot forward. If I forgot to say, if you find that you are struggling with your balance here, just open that left foot as wide as you want without straining the hip, of course, so you can work with better balance. But if you can be on a narrow stance, then you're working your balance, so you're challenging your balance, so it's good too. Bend that left knee, hands come back to the heart. Back into Warrior One, so breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathe out in the center. Breathe in, lift the chest, lift the gaze, lift the chin up if that's possible. Warrior One is a gentle back bend, this one. Next breath out. Breathe in and then breathe out. Start to lower your arms down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Push the hands down towards the ground, breathing in. And then breathe out, start to come forward. You start to feel that stretch through the back of that right leg, I hope. And then stop here. So you already know, you can stay here. If you even find this too strong, you can have the hands onto the knee, or the top of your thigh. If you can go a little further, we start to take the hands down through the leg, left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor, and start to stretch this left knee, looking towards the knee or trying to lower your face towards your shin. Pyramid pose. Stay here for a few breaths. Each breath out, a chance to wriggle a little and maybe go a little further down. Releasing the tension with the out breath. When you're ready to come back, bend the knee. And then push on that front foot, lift the arms overhead, lifting that earth energy up to the sky. And then breathing out to lower the right arm down towards the right side. Left arm comes all the way over to the right, so you find that stretch to the left side of your toes. When you're ready to come back up, breathing in. And then breathe out, lower the arm down. Step forward with the right foot. Stay in the center. And for me now, my two hips feel much more homogeneous and harmonized. So we're going to stand now. You can have a shake if you want, shake of your legs, shake of your arms. Have your feet this time parallel to each other, hip width apart, so you can come to a balance. I'd like us to do a lot of Shiva balance. Shiva is a Hindu god who is the representation of destruction, so he destroys things that need to be destroyed or are old and worn out or not good, so new good things can come from that destruction. So I think there's a lot in this pose for this moment we're living. So feel that energy as you practice this pose. Hands to the waist. Balance on your right foot first, and then take the left foot onto the floor. So you're pressing on the ball of the left foot on the floor. Find the length through your spine, and find your breath. And we already started to shift the weight to the right foot and finding that focal point on the wall, so you can feel that you can balance and you feel more balanced and focused on that focus point, drishti point, very important. And then see if you can lift that leg up, knee out to the side, the left foot is flexed, so you're bringing the toes back. If this is too strong, you already know you can take hold of a chair or push your hand onto the wall, so you can feel safe as you practice. And then you can bring the hand out and put the hand back on, challenge your balance. Left arm just alongside that left leg, thumb touches the index finger in Janana Mudra if you wish, and that other arm comes all the way overhead with index finger touching the thumb as well, Janana Mudra. Stop and stay, looking at focal point. And then from this position, if you want to rotate your wrist and your ankle, do that. It really works that side, doesn't it, that left thigh. Rotate them one way and then stop, rotate them the other way. And if you can quite work out where the other way is, just move. Nice. Stop there. Can we take a twist here? I would like us to take that left hand to the waist, breathe in. This is challenging because we're going to shift that focal point, start to turn towards your left shoulder. So you start to try to look towards your left shoulder, all the way towards the wall behind you, or towards the wall beside you. When you breathe in next, come back slowly, centering the spine, and then lower that foot slowly down. Bend the knees, do a few circles with the knees, and then change direction. And then slowly come back up. So the balances have to be challenging, because if they are too easy, then our mind can be going elsewhere. If we are practicing a balance that's challenging, your mind has to be right here, right now, at this moment, focused, using our power of focusing and our power of concentration. So let's see on the other side. The other side might not be so easy, or might be easier. So shift the weight to your left foot, press the ball of the right foot on the floor, hands at the waist. Nice and tall through your whole spine. Looking at that focal point, because you already know more or less where that point will be. A little bit more shifted to this other side. And then see if you can take that knee up. If you're already struggling, hand to a chair or hand to the wall, that right knee is bent and that right foot is in. Flex the foot as if the toes are coming back. And then the right arm comes alongside that right leg, thumb touching the index finger. Right arm overhead, also the same mudra, Janana mudra. Stay looking at that focal point, focusing on your breathing. And then if you want, you can start to rotate your wrist and your ankle, making the Lord Shiva dance. And then stop, change the direction of the movement of your joints. Nice. And then stop. If you can stay a little longer, take the right hand to the waist, breathing in, breathe out. Start to turn. So you're starting to turn to look over that right shoulder. See how far towards the back you can go. If your spine doesn't want to go so far, just look to the side wall or try to look to the back wall. When you're ready to come back, breathe in slowly, come back. And then breathe out. Lower the foot. Well done. Foot down, hand down. Bend the knees. It works the legs so hard, doesn't it? And your calves and your thighs. Change direction of the circles. And balances are really good to work our ankles. So these movements are nice because they release the ankles, the strain in the ankles. Come back up, shoulders up, back and down. One more time. Shoulders up, back and down. Nice. I'd like us to do one inversion and down dog. We haven't done down dog yet, I don't think, because we're trying to keep the practice up so we don't take so much space on the floor. In case you're practicing with your family in the living room. But let's try a down dog here. So you have your feet again parallel to each other, hip width apart. Start to lower yourself halfway. We're going to use down dog as an inversion today. So you stop halfway, have a little wriggle of the shoulders. You can bend your knees, take your hands to the floor. Keep your belly engaged here, and then walk the hands away. You can keep your knees bent. The position of the hands is important, so the middle fingers are pointed to the top of your mat, and your fingers are really nice and separated. Hands the width of your shoulders. And then take your head between your arms. Look towards your feet. And then if you want to stretch a little, you can maybe, for me I need to bring my feet back a little, and then you can start to walk your dog. One heel down, bend the knee, other heel down, bend the opposite knee, again, heel down, bend the opposite knee, one more time, heel down, bend the opposite knee, stop, and maybe both heels, don't force the heels to come down, just ease them down towards the ground. So you can feel the stretch to the backs of your legs. Few breaths. If you find this ever too much, just bring your knees to the floor and rest. And then when you're ready to come up, you're going to walk the hands towards the feet. Push on the feet. Come up slowly and curly. Shoulders up, back and down. Shoulders up, back and down. And now we're going to finish with a little bit of breathing, so you can calm your breath and then prepare yourself for your day, to start your day, or to go to bed, or to perhaps sit for a little bit of meditation and for relaxation. So we've got a little bit of time. So I'd like us to practice some of Vritti Pranayama. It's the equal breathing. You can find that on the breathing exercises as a separate video as well. So just be nice and tall for the spine. You can be seated as well for this. I'm just going to start practice standing. Take your focus to your breath. Just noticing the breaths come in and out. And then I'm going to invite you to count the breaths a little. So you breathe in for the count of 3. Breathe out for the count of 3. Now breathe in for the count of 4. Breathe out for the count of 4. So you're lengthening your breaths. Breathe in for the count of 5. Breathe out for the count of 5. Breathe in for the count of 6. Taking the breath all the way up to the chest. Breathe out for the count of 6. Emptying the breath out from chest, rib cage, all the way to your abdomen, pushing the belly button out, back towards the spine. Now breathe in for 6 again. Breathe out for 6. Keep the breath through the nostrils, if possible. Now we're going to start to go down. Breathe in for 5. Breathe out for the count of 5. Breathe in for the count of 4. Breathe out for 4. And then back to breathing in for 3. Breathe out for 3. And then allow your breath to go back to natural. In and out through the nostrils. And I hope the breaths will want to be fuller and deeper, so you can live your life more fully, more present. Nice. I hope you've enjoyed the practice today. Do let me know via the comments section how you feel after your practice, and subscribe as well if you enjoying the videos. Just subscribe so you can get your videos straight away as you open the YouTube site. So thanks for joining me. Breathe in, lift the arms overhead, lengthen the arms, palms touch, and breathe out, hands down to your heart. Namaste. See you soon.